at my nails, they're so awesome. Yeah, they're so awesome. My cousin did them for me today.
I'm about to really out myself here. So what you just witnessed was, with the potato quality and the long hair and the weird outfit, was the first sort of video that I ever posted to the internet. It was originally posted to a different channel that has no other uploads. It's actually an unlinked video at the moment, and it was the video that I did as soon as I left my father's house, and it was to thank everyone who had helped me leave. Now, I've remembered it yesterday because I was in a conversation with a certain Sophia Little Devil on Twitter, and I may or may not, depending on her comfortability, we have set it for today at 8 PM BST, British Summer Time, to have an interview with her. But that, you know, that all depends on whether or not she's comfortable, but please do tune in at 8 PM if you want to see, you know, the first sort of interview with Sophia. She said she's comfortable, but again, what we're not going to do is pressure her if she's not comfortable. But I was talking to her yesterday, and I remembered about me posting that video, and I went to see if it was still up because I remember removing it after several family interventions because they hated that I put that up, and I was stupid enough to make it public. I've decided to, it's edited down a little just because I've taken out parts that just haven't aged well. If you'll forgive the grainy, you know, toaster fucking recording, then I think we'll be just fine. It is based all around, you know, what happened. It is a pretty, you know, honest account of what happened, and I just think that it would be good for you guys to see. Also to see how far I've come. I have made like quirky little edits, nothing too extreme, just like little comments along the way, and I just, you know, I hope you enjoy having a look, and I will be linking this video to all the people that I thanked, and hopefully they'll get to see it again, because I did have to remove it. I really did have to remove it the first time. My family was very upset that I uploaded that video. But yeah, here is Baby Faye, as I'm going to call her from now on. Baby naive Faye, who just freshly gotten out of her father's home and is, you know, a little scared, a little terrified, but is holding her ground and has promised to make better of her life. So here it is, and I hope you enjoy. I'll see you guys later today.
I didn't know how to start. I hate introductions, you guys know that. So for those of you who don't know, I posted this on Novellas, so those of you on Novellas should know who I am. But for those of you who don't know, hi, I'm Midnight Rogue, and I hope I'm speaking with the right accent, because a lot of the time I speak with the wrong accent in everything. I don't know why, but it happens. Yeah, look, I dressed up for you guys. I feel self-conscious sitting here because none of you have ever seen me before. Well, some of you have, I know. Simon has. And I think that's it. That's all of you have seen me. Most of you have heard me when we played Cards Against Humanity, when we played that other game that one time, the Shadow Knight family, or whatever. But I felt like I needed to explain some things because some people are really confused. Like, there's loads of people congratulating me on my page because they know what happened, and then there are those other people who are like, wait, what happened? And then there are just some people who are just congratulating me for the sake of congratulating me because everybody else is doing it. I don't know where to start, but I was in a really bad situation for the last 2 to 3 years. It was like one crisis after another. see, my accent's changed. It's not a British accent. This is how I sound when I talk to people out in the street with my family. But for some reason, when the camera's staring at me, I sound like this. I blame American movies. But what was I talking about? I was in a really bad situation for the last 2 to 3 years. I had a lot of family problems, and recently it just completely swelled up over the last 5 months. Like, it was really, really stressful in my house. It was really stressful, like, everywhere. I couldn't express it, and I don't feel bad because you don't know what happened, because I didn't let on. A lot of people questioned me, and that's why. A lot of people questioned me, and that's why I told them. You know, like, people who are really close to me talk to me all the time. Those people, I told them. I told Simon, I told Vicky, I told a few other people on Twitter, briefly mainly. But what was I saying? Yeah, I know that I didn't really let on Novellas, and I was on Novellas until 3 months ago, like, actively. I tried to be as active as possible, even though my father banned me from using the PC end of last year, because he just did not want it anymore. You're not allowed to communicate with any of your friends. You have full responsibility of the house to do everything. And I snuck 2 phones. Actually, I had one phone which was a BlackBerry, which Simon knows. The phone's name is Richard, because Simon insists on naming all the stuff, so I kind of joined in. And recently I got hold of another phone, which is kind of shittier, but it's better in terms of communication. I can download more apps and things, because BlackBerry, people stopped using BlackBerry like 10 years ago. And it doesn't have any apps. It doesn't have the Novellas app. It doesn't even run the sites properly. It runs it better than the current phone I have, Moby, who's a complete dick, but forget him. What was I saying? I'm going so off topic. The person who's going to edit this later is going to be so pissed. They're going to be like, what is this? What do I keep and what do I leave out? This girl is so random in everything. Probably send it to Simon. Simon is the one who won't judge me for this, because he knows how I am. But what was I saying? Yeah, it was really stressful, and I don't know if I should say it to the out public, because it might trigger some people. But my father, eventually, he completely lost his shit, and he would blow up over the tiniest things. And I guess I shouldn't elaborate on it on the internet, but it got to a point where I had to call the social services and leave my house. My main reason for making this video is so I can thank all you people out there who supported me. You were absolutely brilliant, because I actually had no emotional support in real life. Within my family, there was a lot of tension, because my dad sort of drove everyone apart. There was no one to support me emotionally. Everybody was like, just put up with him, he's your dad, you know, sort it out yourself. Eventually there'll come a time where you won't have to deal with him anymore. I really hate that I can see myself talking. But yeah, that's how it was with my family, and most of my friends, they were all busy, like 100% of the time. I'd call them, and then their parents would pick up and they'd be like, oh no, she's not home. And I'd be like, oh, she wasn't home the other time I called either. And I eventually gave up on them. And whenever I did find them, they were too busy with uni work, or they had to go out and do something, and you know, coming to visit me was such a hassle for them. I don't blame them. They're quite far away from, you know, according to London distance, they were quite far from where I live. But you guys online, you support me so much, and without your support, I would not have found the strength to do what I did. You know I made the right decision, and I sent Simon an audio recording of the night that I was actually transported to like a homeless shelter or a hostel or whatever they call them. I stayed there for a night, and I thought, that's gonna be my life. That's how I'm gonna live it now. And by the way, I have no experience in how to live independently. I have lived in my house, dependent, completely dependent on my family, on my father, on my mum before, you know, she passed away. Completely and utterly. I was completely dependent on them. I have never written a CV. I have never had a job. I did not get to apply to uni because that's the year that shit kind of started stirring. I doubt that I would have gone to uni under my father. He wasn't too keen on it anyway. He actually didn't want to send me to sixth form, which is like high school for all you American people. You know, and you know, right now my uncle took me in, which I did not expect. I thought I was going to live in a hostel for the next God knows how long, until I could find my own place and rent it out, sort of. I don't know. I was. These were the things that went through my mind when I thought, if I do this, that's what I'm gonna have to face. My family's gonna ostracize me. Nobody's gonna take me in. You know, I'm gonna have to live on my own. So I packed my emergency supplies, which was communication devices, which was one laptop that up until yesterday did not have any drivers, so it was as useful as a vegetable. My uncle sorted that out for me. It's ridiculous. I don't even want to tell you what happened, how that happened. But you know, I had my two phones, Moby and Richard, but unfortunately Richard has become inept. Moment of silence. He was my phone for 5 years. He was a very good phone, even if he was a BlackBerry. Oh well. I took my emergency clothes, which was all comfortable trackies and t-shirts. Today I went a little bit clothes shopping with my aunt, and I took my papers like my passport, my birth certificate. Well, my birth certificate isn't really relevant because I wasn't born in this country, but who cares? I took my GCSE, my A-level papers, everything. I took everything I needed and I left everything else. And I did not think that my uncle, my oldest uncle, would step up and take me in. I honestly didn't think that. I thought I would be living in a hostel. And it was a daunting, scary thing. Like, a lot of people were pressuring me. Well, not pressuring me. I don't want to say pressure because that sounds like I didn't want to do it, and part of me didn't. But I knew it was the right thing to do. And I know you guys who did support me to do this, that you did not mean to pressure me, you just wanted to encourage me to do the right thing. And I am so grateful for that. And I actually wrote out a list. I can't actually take it out now because it's under so many things. But I wrote a list of all the people I wanted to thank. And I know that I'll leave a bunch of people out. I'll probably leave more of you out than I will include. That's just how my brain works. When I want to say something, it doesn't come out right. It comes out in sarcastic muddles and splurts, and it just doesn't make any sense afterwards. Just watch this video. It's about nails and hair, and I keep doing this, and I don't know. I haven't made a video before, so bear with me. The first person I want to thank is Nolan. Nolan, you have absolutely no idea how much what you said that morning did for me. I was on the edge that morning. I was so broken and I was so disheartened, and I was literally sitting in a corner crying, holding a bottle of bleach. That's how bad it was. And I'm sorry if that like hurts anybody out there, but that's how it was. I was so close to just thinking, forget it. If I end it all now, something will be done. And I wouldn't have to do anything else. I would just completely solve all my problems by burning in hell or whatever. But that morning, when you spoke to me, all it took was for you to say, hey, how are you? And I was like, should I respond to this? Should I not? Does it really matter anymore? And I thought, okay, fine, let's talk, let's have a conversation. I might as well be the last one I have. And your words and your support, and I'm not going to elaborate on it, but what you said, it really did affect me and encourage me to do what I did that day. That day was the day that it changed my life. It absolutely turned my life over, and you were like, it's like a domino effect. There's one person right at the end of the line, and then there's me, and then they're all dropping one by one by one by one until I do what I need to do. You were the last piece of domino, you know, I don't know, the domino piece, to tip over and cause what you caused. You literally saved my life. I was so close to just ending it there because I was in pain. I was in like tremendous amounts of pain. I could not move. You know, I was emotionally hurt because of some things that were said by my grandmother and some others. You know, I knew some people were excessively worried about me, and that hurt me as well. Like, I put these people in so much stress and trouble as well. And you know, and with my brothers and sisters, I don't want to say that I don't like them, I don't care about them, but I do. But it's like they're doofuses. They don't see, when they see someone crying, they'll just leave someone crying there. They won't bring you a drink or do anything for you. They'll just sit and watch. You know, so thank you so much, Nolan. You were absolutely amazing. And I know we haven't really had like a proper conversation before that, but that doesn't matter. You're going to be as close as a sister to me now. You did so much for me that morning. You literally saved my life. Literally. The other people that I want to thank, just in brief, you know, just listing them out. Ben, because you were one of the first people I contacted, because you're an adult, you have your own house and stuff. And I wanted some advice from you because I thought, you know, let's run to the person who might know what to do in the real world. So yeah, thank you so much. And I know I like panic messaged you on the day that the police were gonna come. Sorry. I was panicking because there was like a lot of drama going on in my house and things, and I didn't know what to do. I panic messaged a lot of people. It wasn't just you, so I'm sorry if I scared you. The other people I want to thank is Molly. You were another person you're my age, and you really helped me. You really helped me. You know, you really talked me through some of my problems. You were, I think, one of the first people I told about my problems. And you know, you've kept my spirits high. You've kept me positive when I'm not a positive person. Anybody who knows me knows I am negative as all flying fuck. I don't like anything. The other people I want to thank is, oh god, I wanted to list Simon at the end, but I'm going to say it now because it's in my head. I can't keep it to the end. Simon, you're not my friend, you're not my best friend, you're my fucking brother. I don't care if you're white as snow. I don't care if you were born in a different place, if you live in a different city. You're my fucking brother, man. I will always have your back. And if we ever meet in person, I am never gonna let you go. I am gonna feed you, and I'm gonna put you to bed, and I'm gonna do everything for you. I'm gonna be the best fake fucking sister you've ever had if I ever meet you in real life, because you're amazing. We're like identical in some things, and then we just for shits and giggles we'll complain about other stuff. I mean, the amount of times we've bitched about girls we know is it's out of this world. But you, on the day that I emailed my social worker or whatever, and the police were supposed to come, but they didn't come that day, they came the next day, you were sitting there, and I told you this, you were sitting there emotionally coddling me through like text. You just sitting there saying, I'd be panicking, like, oh my god, what am I going to do now? And you'd be like, no, it's fine, you'll be okay. And then I'd be like, no, but what if this happened? You'd be like, no, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. Like, if you lived right next to me, you would have been sitting there in my house, just stroking my hand to make sure I was okay. Thank God the laptop was turned off. I was sick of seeing my face on the screen. I hope it's still recording. And we're back to seeing my face. Great. Excellent. The other person, or the other people I wanted to thank, just to list them out, because I don't want to like personally thank all of them. I just want to thank them for the support that they gave me, is Vicky, Sanguine, loads of people on novellas, which is my writing side, if you guys haven't figured out, by the way. I know there are some people on Twitter that might be watching this. There's so many. How do I list them out? Leah, you listen to a lot of my problems. You know, you listen to me bitch about a lot of stuff. Fucking, I can't remember on the spot. Maybe I should take off this, but it's gonna take so long. Sleep is for the weak, or Chloe. Just you're a good friend to just talk to. I'm gonna sound so bad, like I'm giving some of these people such heartfelt messages, and it's like, yeah, you, Luke, John Bryan, you're a fucking amazing person. I love you so much. You're amazing. You know, you're so mature, but then ever since I told you that, you were like, oh, she thinks I'm boring. And I was like, no, that's not what I said. I said, you know, mix it up a little. And then we were talking about, maybe I should mention it online, because there might be like 12, 13-year-olds watching. But we started talking about that, and ever since then we've been good friends. But I haven't talked to you in a long time, man. We should start that up again. I genuinely like interacting with you. Just so you know, I don't think you're boring. I just think you're a bit mature at times. And I know you said that a lot of people think you're immature, but just seriously, refer them to me, and I will tell them you are not immature. You are extremely immature. And there are some people on Twitter I want to thank as well. I asked friends, I asked family. They didn't want to do anything. Well, it's not like they didn't want to do anything. Some of them couldn't do anything. And then there was the online community who wanted to do stuff, but they're so far away they can't do anything. Like, even with housing and things, I was looking for people that I could go, like, random strangers on the internet. Well, not strangers, I consider them to be friends, but to other people they would be strangers. I was looking for accommodation with them. Like, I asked Molly for housing, I asked Ben for housing. You know, they said they would think about it, but I didn't really pressure them to go into it, because I don't want to be a burden to anyone. I don't want to sit and think, oh, you know, they've given a home to me when they don't really owe me anything. And I mainly did that because I was scared. So I know I didn't get through the list. There's a long list to go through. There are so many people that I want to thank, but basically anyone I've ever met on novellas, thank you so much. And anyone I've ever met on Twitter, that includes Ahmed, that includes Space Wingman, Pig Clover, all you guys, thank you so much. You know, even the smallest comment, like, hey, how are you? How was your day? How was your tea this morning? Space Wingman, we have like a huge kind of breakfast thing going on between us. Even those tiny little interactions, they went so far for me. They did so much for me, and I am so grateful for all of you, for all your support, for your friendship, for the fact that you would come and talk to me. I mean, I know you guys say that I'm awesome or whatever, but I've never seen myself that way. I mean, I haven't thought I'm horrible, I'm awful or whatever. Oh, well, there was a point in my life, but let's not get into that. But I've never thought that I was like awesome. Awesome was not a word that I would describe myself a few years ago, until I met you guys. So thank you so much, and I think I'm gonna end it there. Well, no, I guess I have something else to say. If any of you are ever in the situation where you feel like you're trapped in any situation, be it bullying, domestic violence, anything, don't keep it to yourself. Even if it's just telling someone online, because that's how I got out of it. I told random strangers online, and they helped me out. I got this far. So many paths are open to me right now. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. My uncle was like, hey, we can send you to uni. Hey, you could get a job. Hey, we could open a bank account for you. You could publish your book. And I was like, what? my aunt sort of caught on. She was like, no, I think she wants to relax for a few months. And she was like, yeah, I think I could get down and relax for a few months. But I'm on it, guys. I'm on it. I'm on to fixing my life. Don't worry, I'm not going to be a layabout. I couldn't be a layabout. I'm not very good at being a layabout. I always have to be doing something. But yeah, if you're ever in this kind of situation, come to me, come to someone you trust. You know, don't keep it inside. Never, ever, ever. It will kill you. It nearly killed me on more than one occasion. So, you know, always reach out to someone. I know there's like a stigma for having friends online that, you know, it's not actual socializing or whatever. Bullshit, okay? It's fucking socializing. I have had full conversation. When I talk to Simon, I've never actually met him in person. I've seen him once on webcam and a few times in like videos he's posted online. We have like 3-hour conversations sometimes on Skype, and we'd be talking like normal people about random stuff, or about a day, about stuff. It's perfectly normal. It's not socializing. It's socializing on a different level. You don't have to go out and party and get drunk to be social. That's not what makes you social. That's what makes you normal. Nobody wants to be normal. You want to stand out from the crowd. You want to be different. You want to be fucking awesome. So go and be yourself, and if you are in trouble, do tell somebody, because believe me, you will find the support that you need. You know, outside what you're suffering. Never keep it inside. It won't help you. But that's 20-something minutes, I think. Yeah, it's 24 minutes. I'm gonna have to send this off to an editor and get it edited. But this is me. I don't know if I'm going to be posting any other videos, but I thought, been 3 years, might as well show you guys what I look like on novellas anyway. On Twitter, it's only been a few months and I fucking love it. I love Twitter. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do now, because I've had the account for the last 5 years or something, but I just never used it until recently. So yeah, actually there are 2 other people who aren't like Novellians or like regular people, I guess, who I wanted to thank, like celebs, or I consider them celebs. Jacksepticeye is one of them, and the other is Michael Mando, because they were the actual reason that I joined Twitter in the first place. I wanted to keep up with them, so I joined them, and the first video that I watched of Jacksepticeye's was The Static Speaks My Name, and I love his Irish voice. It's so happy and he's so loud and funny and stuff, but some of the stuff he said in The Static Speaks My Name and Presentable Liberty, who I have been waiting for Kumikichi to play since forever. Dude, seriously, get to it. Presentable Liberty is absolutely amazing. But when at the end of it, he gave this long speech that sort of told me to branch out to people and tell people and things like that. He really inspired me. He really got me thinking, like, I'm pretending to be a person that I'm not in this house, and I'm stuck here, and I need to get out. I need to find a way to stop doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again and expect shit to change. And if you don't know, that's a quote from the game, and if you haven't seen the game, go and do that, because it's fucking amazing. But I'm gonna go now. I apologize for the swearing, but this is just how I talk. But yeah, before I go on any further, it's 27 minutes long. Before I go any further, goodbye, and thank you for watching if you have watched. Thank you regardless, I don't care. You guys are all awesome. Bye.